This right here is how you make your own background on a fish tank. Right here is our new FLOWERHORN. Hey! What is going on, Cuffaro? Welcome back to another video. What's new? Lighting's dark and we're at Pet Supermarket. Well, today's that day. We actually have the FLOWERHORN and I'm gonna cut back to that footage in just a little bit, but I wanna get an aerator and a few other things for the 65-gallon tank before I show you our new friend. This is literally something I've wanted for a very long time, a FLOWERHORN, and it is a beast looking fish. Like, this thing is so badass, it's insane. But that being said, let me get into some stuff here that we might need for the tank. First things first is a aerator pump, like an air pump. Powerful. All right, this is a 60-gallon tank, so we're gonna go with this one. This right here shall do. Davis, you wanna be my
sure,
product holder?
Whatever you need me to do.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
All right, if you think I should get this for my beta fish tank for a little upgrade, because as you see, Thomas, the beta fish in the kitchen is getting huge, like absolutely massive, and a little too big for the tank that he's in right now. Why is the lighting so dark on this camera, bro? One sec. So if you do think I should get this for Thomas right here, this tank, it looks pretty sick. Like this video so that I know, and maybe I'll come back and get that. All right, we got our air pump right here and the air stone. That's all we're gonna get at this pet store. We're gonna head to Walmart and pick up a black piece for the background that I need. And then after that, we're gonna head home and show you the FLOWERHORN that we have. Quick stop at Walmart. All we need is one.
5th grade? Are we making a project?
No, bro, but I just need one of these, like, for real. Here we go. All right, we got our one piece of paper / cardboard / project board.
You have to get duct tape.
Dude, I feel like I'm going to school.
Key in the item's code.
Alrighty, now that I've hid this enough and long enough, this is probably why you guys clicked on this video in the first place, due to the title and thumbnail. Right here is our new FLOWERHORN. Not exactly sure what I'm gonna name him. I have one name in mind. His name is George so far, and I love the name. Comment a name down below, and maybe if it gets enough likes, we can name it that. For now, the name is George, and check him out. Here we go. And this is actually just a baby, so he is still very small. He's gonna get much bigger, and this tank is perfect size for him to thrive in. You might be saying, why didn't you film picking this fish up? So what happened was when we bought that arowana, when I bought the arowana for Nick the other day, this is actually Nick's FLOWERHORN. Look at, he's trying to eat. He's actually ready to eat already. We're gonna feed him in just a second. This fish right here was in the arowana tank, and I hid it for a reason, just in case I did end up getting it. So we brought it to my house, put it into this tank, then put the arowana in that tank. I didn't expect at that time that I was actually gonna buy this FLOWERHORN. So I have no footage of bringing it into this tank, but I didn't want to take... This is Davis unboxing all his camera gear.
Sorry to interrupt, proceed.
Yes. This right here is the FLOWERHORN. Like, look how sick that fish is. Look at the colors. How cool is that? He's actually already made a bed. I placed the live plants a little differently. He still hasn't torn any out, and he loves the driftwood right there. But you can see he made a bed. There's actually a dip in the sand right there, and that's where he always goes, right to that. Let me get the food real quick and show you. Once again, cichlid gold. This is what I fed all my cichlids and Oscars that I've owned previously. Now I own a FLOWERHORN, and he loves these things just as much as they did. So we're gonna open these up. Feed him a little bit, a little pinch. Okay, he's ready to eat. Oh, beast mode, dude. Love it. He's eating already. That is literally within like 4 or 5 days. Ready munching. He ate like the second day he was in here, but I'm finally decided to film this video. I just wanted to make sure I was getting this fish for sure before I went ahead onto YouTube and announced that George, the name for now, is our new FLOWERHORN, and he's still munching. I love this fish to death. Do me a favor, hit the like button for George real quick. Let's see how many likes we can get for George. He's a beast. Man's a beast. He hasn't even got big yet. His hump is finally starting to get bigger. Nick got him when he was really small, and he's grown since then. Like I said, he's made a bed. He's in his new 65-gallon tank. Now I got an aerator for that tank. There's one in the 165-gallon right now. I also have 2 of these, what I call project boards, in black, and we're gonna make a black background, homemade black background for the fish tank. I made this right here. This is what I used to fill that 160-gallon fish tank right there. That's the black background in that tank. I used this exact stuff to do that, but I didn't film it. So this time I'm actually gonna film it, show you guys how to do this yourself. Super easy concept, easy to do, cheap to do, and it'll definitely help some of those watching out. So let's get to this and then get that aerator flowing, and this tank is gonna be officially done, set, ready for this flower horn to thrive and grow. Now, I mentioned this before I even got this flower horn. I said if I was to put the flower horn in here and it was to mess with those royal plecos or show any sign of aggression, I was gonna move them on over to this 160-gallon tank. Within a day, that flower horn was chasing around the tank, and I took him out within the 5 minutes of him doing that. I didn't want those plecos to stress at all, so I put them right on into here, into the 160-gallon tank, just like I said I would. And now they're chilling back in that left corner there, both of them. They've been in there for about 3 days and they're doing just fine with actually another just normal Plecostomus inside this tank right here, so they're gonna have a blast. Flower horns are just meant to be alone, I guess. He's doing great though, and he loves this tank, that's for sure. First things first, in order to make your own background in a fish tank, what you'll need is obviously a board, scissors, measuring tape, and a pencil. First things first, line your paper up to where it'll be on the tank. So right there, it's approximately right there, right? This can obviously hang over, it's okay to hang over just like that. Now, you want to get your measuring tape and just measure. It's exactly 8 inches from the side of the tank to that paper. So go to the end of this paper right here, 8 inches. Get your pencil, mark it just like that. Then you get 8 inches, get your scissors. These are actually like hair cutter scissors, but the only ones I could find. All you gotta do is that right there. This side, you won't even notice this when it's on the tank because the water and with the light. You could do this a lot easier if you were to do this before you put water in the tank. You could turn the tank around, do it from this side, and then turn the tank back around. But since there's already water and a fish in the tank, I can't do that, so I've got to go from this side. And as you can see, just come back here and tape that down. Now this is going to be hard to film because I can't really film back up in there, but you just tape this wallpaper to the back of the tank. Took me like 5 minutes. Look what you've got. A perfect black background in your fish tank. Look how much better that looks. It goes right with the sand up the back side of the tank. You don't see the wires behind it. The color of your fish pops out more. All the plants pop out. It gives it much better of a look to anyone that's looking at this tank from the outside. Literally costs you can find probably all these supplies around your house, and then $1.04 at Walmart for that paper. 2 of those, $2.08. See, I can still do math, isn't that crazy? Anyway, $2.08, you guys can do this to your fish tank. If you do it to your fish tank, DM me a picture on Instagram, at Cuffaro, and I'll try to get to as many as I can and answer back to you guys. But I would like to see how many people actually end up doing this. Now, our 60-gallon pump. Let me find we even got a black tube, thanks to Nick. I know you're watching this, Nick, thanks a lot. My buddy Nick hooked me up with this black tubing instead of the white that I have on this tank that you can actually see through the background. This will blend right in with that background. Here we go, 60-gallon air pump right here. We're gonna pop this sucker open. Oh. Whoa! And all you gotta do is plug in your tubing into one of those, just like that. Now, what you wanna do is get a cloth, any sort of cloth, be sure with your parents that you can use them first. Mom, we'll be using this after we set this up, but this is like life hacks with Paul Cuffaro right here, dude. I'm telling you guys like easy fish hacks. Open your little aerator stone here. Pop that sucker out. This is the exact one I bought for that tank. Your stone, plug it into the end of this black tubing, which is then connected to your air pump. Run your wire behind the tank, which you won't see this wire now because we have that black background. Yeah, it's pumping out. But actually, I don't need this rag. If you do use this rag, usually a lot of these make a vibrating noise, but I guess these legs with the rubber here, avoid that noise. So, shout out to, let me shout out this aerator pump. It doesn't make any noise, so we're not going to need this rag. So Mom, congratulations, you saved a rag. But if you did want to silence your aerator, if anyone has an aerator at home that is very noisy, you just get a rag like this, set it right on top of that, just like that. It just separates the air pump from the metal or plastic or whatever it may be touching that's vibrating, making that noise. You can just wrap it around like that, even tape it, and it'll be much more quiet. So, anyway. Now I have ran the tube from the air pump under this filter And then as you can see, the filter has a curve right here. You can actually work your tubing like I did right along that curve to where it keeps that slack, keeps that tubing tight to where it stays down low to the bottom. So now from a further look here, look how much air we've got flowing through. Turn the lights off. So check that out. Not only do we have the filter pumping bubbles, we also have this air pump that is just pumping bubbles to the surface, which then break and spread throughout the tank. So there's a lot of oxygen flowing throughout this tank. George is going to be having a blast. He's got his own bed surrounded by live plants and a piece of driftwood. That is kind of cool because the driftwood doesn't only go on top, but then it goes back under and pops out 2 angles right there. Cool little look to it. And yeah, black background really changed the game there. So sick, dude. Look at that. Now that that is done and we have a fish in the 65 gallon, next to work with is this big old 160 gallon tank here. We've just got to build a mini pond so these guys can go in. George, your new home. My man, it's a beast ass home, bro. Doesn't get much cooler than that right there. This is a much more informational video than I thought it was going to be, that's for sure. Guys, once again, if you haven't done so already, comment a name down below for our new flower horn. So far it's George. If you guys do agree with George, I'm going to pin my comment down below. Hit the like button on that pin. And yeah, we'll go from there. I'm going to look through all the comments on this video and see which name is the most popular up there on the top. Now I just went on to Creator Studio and I found this comment. The first one I found literally posted 10 seconds ago. And I love it already. I just read it. Huntin' Boy commented this saying, this is a long one, here we go. Thank you for taking us on this journey. You have taught me a lot about fish keeping. And when you did the pond thing, it taught me how to build a pond and stuff. You do, Mom inspires me. I'm sure that's a little typo there. To do even more. Thank you, Paul, you're awesome. And every day I wait for your videos. So I appreciate that. And to all the people that comment positive down below, it's unreal. The positive energy on this channel is literally spectacular, and I'm honestly blessed to have such an audience as you guys. You guys are amazing, and if you haven't done so already, just join the family. Hit the subscribe button down below, and turn your post notifications on if you haven't done so already. So right when I post, you will receive a notification and be the first one to hop on that new video. Thank you all for watching. Once again, if you do want to be in one of my upcoming videos as a positive comment winner, just comment something down below positive on this video or any of my other videos. I kind of search through and pick one.